Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know so many of you over on TikTok have been blowing up the comments asking for this, so today we're finally doing some customer reviews analysis for it. But before we dive into that, be sure to check out this exclusive discount available for it. You'll find it in the description and in the first comment under this video. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer purchased 2 of these electric bikes intended for daily work commutes. The initial experience was quite positive, with the units arriving ahead of schedule and appearing to be in perfect condition. Right away, the battery life seemed solid and was holding up nicely. However, a significant issue emerged right out of the box. The chargers provided for both e-bikes were incompatible with the charging ports, making them unusable without a fix. In an effort to resolve this, our reviewer reached out to the company's customer service through 2 separate channels, directly via their website and through the support system of the large online marketplace where the purchase was made. The response through the marketplace's portal was notably quicker. The support agent there offered a practical solution. The client could purchase the necessary adapters themselves and be fully reimbursed, or simply accept a small partial refund for their trouble. Our reviewer opted for the reimbursement, as it was not an expensive fix. Things took a slightly odd turn when a day later, the company's direct support team finally responded with a different, slightly less generous refund offer. This inconsistency left the client feeling a bit concerned about the company's internal communication. They were told the charger mix-up was due to a recent battery upgrade on the bikes. While the problem was ultimately solved, the experience has left our reviewer a little uneasy about how any potential future issues might be handled. Aside from the charger ordeal, the only other real complaint is that the seats are quite uncomfortable for any length of time. On a more positive note, assembly was surprisingly quick and straightforward. The true test, however, will be how these e-bikes endure the rigors of a long daily commute, which will really show how well they hold up over time.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer was initially drawn to this particular electric bike because of its attractive value proposition. Compared to other models available online, it seemed to offer a lot for a much more reasonable investment, and positive feedback from other owners gave them the confidence to go ahead with the purchase. Upon its arrival, our reviewer found the assembly process to be straightforward, taking about an hour to complete. The only real hiccup was a minor adjustment needed for the front brake to prevent it from rubbing against the rotor. Fortunately, helpful instructional videos are easy to find online, and with the included toolkit, this client was able to sort out the issue in about 20 minutes. While the bike offered a comfortable ride out of the box, some personalization was needed for a perfect fit. The stock seat was found to be a bit too firm for their preference and was swapped out for a more comfortable one. They also adjusted the handlebars to a higher position to better suit their riding posture, making the overall experience much more enjoyable. When it comes to features, the included lights were a pleasant surprise. The front LED is impressively bright, and the rear light is also quite effective. More importantly, this client finds the electric bike to be incredibly fun to ride. They noted that it handles well and has no trouble reaching impressive speeds, even getting up to around 29 miles per hour without any issues. A quick tip from the reviewer is to give the battery a full charge upon unboxing. So far, the battery life seems solid, though its long-term durability is something that only time will tell. In conclusion, they would happily recommend this electric bike to anyone looking for a capable machine without wanting to spend a fortune on some of the higher-priced alternatives that essentially perform the same job. As a final note, they also added a rear rack to increase its utility, a common and useful.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer embarked on a month-long quest, meticulously researching before finally deciding to take the plunge into the world of electric bikes. After sifting through numerous options, the appeal of this particular model was strong enough to convince our reviewer to make a purchase. There was a certain apprehension, a feeling that acquiring one of these without encountering immediate issues could be a bit of a gamble, but the excitement of owning a new electric bike outweighed the concern. The electric bike arrived promptly, and the unboxing experience was straightforward. Assembly proved to be quick and hassle-free, taking only about 20 to 25 minutes, with absolutely no hitches encountered during the process. Once the new vehicle was put together, our reviewer fully charged its battery, eager to take it out for a spin. However, as soon as the pedal assist engaged during the initial test ride, a significant problem became apparent. Both the speedometer and odometer were completely non-functional. Naturally, the first thought was to check all the connections, but this yielded no solution. Further troubleshooting involved researching how to restore the display to its default settings, which also unfortunately proved unsuccessful. During this investigative process, a curious detail emerged. Other owners of this particular electric bike seemed to have a different LCD display than the one on our reviewer's unit, adding to the confusion and frustration about why a display was included if it didn't seem to do anything. Determined to resolve the issue, this client promptly contacted the seller for support. Initially, it was believed the problem lay with the LCD itself and a replacement was sent. However, even after installing the new display, the issue persisted, pointing to a deeper underlying fault. It was ultimately discovered that the motor was the culprit behind the non-functional display. Fortunately, the seller was responsive and quickly dispatched.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.